Alright guys, what's up? I got a McDonald's #2 hot coffee. This is the only McDonald's I've ever been to where they have the town on the sign underneath. Don't ever come here. This is half of a town. Every burrito place I drove by was out of business. You know what I mean? Like, which is weird. Yeah, alright. We're on a big fishing trip. Next stop. Some bighorn sheep there down on the bottom right. They're being real still. They're looking straight at me. Oh, they're moving. They're moving. Gosh, they got some big horns. All right, guys, here we are, paying the old fee, doing what I do best. We're at the old La Junta campground in Wild Rivers, Rio Grande del Norte National Monument. I love this place. I get up here probably once a year and do some fishing. It requires a hike down into pretty much a vertical box canyon, a mile straight down. So you get down there pretty quick. Coming out's a different story. Today the high is probably going to be 65 degrees out here. So yeah, it's optimal weather for hiking out of a nasty box canyon. You don't want to come down here when it's 80, 85. I came down here with my neighbor one time, and when we got to the top out of here, I had drinking all of our water. You know, I was heat obliterated, and I proceeded to throw up in his car all the way back home, which is like over 160 miles. So hopefully that doesn't go on today. But yeah, this should be a good day. We're about to hike down into the Rio Grande Gorge. We're in northern New Mexico. About 40 miles that way is Colorado. So we're right up here on the border. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, we made it. Looks like somebody lost a wallet. All right, we're gonna start heading down. Car's parked. You saw it, it's 1 mile straight down. Very beautiful out here. Very special whenever you do these trips. Like I said, only get here once a year if I'm lucky. So we're hiking all the way down yonder. Oh, it's a far one. You can see where they've worked all these pathways here, giving it some structure so you don't fall off, I guess, or I don't know. Look how amazing this is. That's where we're going fishing, y'all. That's the Rio Grande. That mountain over there, it's portion of it's in Colorado, the toe of it on the other side. But yeah, we're right up here on the border. All right, guys, we are about a quarter of a way down into the canyon, I guess. But it sure is beautiful. I just want you to keep in mind that, you know, everything north of here, it's just all raw. Like all that river down there, nobody ever fishes that right there because it's kind of next to impossible to get to. It's as limited. So I didn't do much fishing like this summer in Montana. Not that I didn't want to, and people do hike to alpine lakes and stuff, but there's just so much great fishing that you can just drive up to. And you know, sometimes that's a good thing, but then also sometimes you just don't get as much peripheral beauty of the world, just, you know, stuff that the average person isn't seeing because they're not pulling up in their cars. So all right, look at this little traveler right here. He's almost purple. This time of year, in the fall, you know, this is the second one I've seen today, so it's pretty cool. So right here, we're gonna hang a left. We're gonna go down to the Little Arsenic Springs camp, get some fishing in. Look at that trout habitat. Gonna get some. All right. Okay guys, so here's what I want to show you. Here is a Wild Rivers, northern New Mexico, wild rainbow trout. I can't tell you how hard this little 15-inch fish, it went through all the rocks, it strung me underneath 2 or 3 rocks, dropped down this rapid, and I barely caught this fish. So, look at this beautiful wild. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Woo! Oh, so I hooked into mini fish, brown trout, rainbow trout, and you're gonna find when you come fishing down here, a lot of the time the fish are gonna be right in front of a class 3 rapid. So when you hook into the fish, he usually heads back downstream down that rapid. So you end up losing quite a few fish here. That's, if you've ever fished here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I lost a lot of browns that way. I had a brown roll off on that rock, probably roughly the same size as that rainbow. Woo! The weather's coming in, and since this is a box canyon, I mean, you never know what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna start making my way out of here. All right, guys, later. Okay, guys, I'm a 3/4 of the way out. I got about 3 more switchbacks up to the rim. Out west, we call the top of the canyon the rim. So there was a sign down there, it said 0.6 miles to the rim of the canyon. So yeah, it is just amazing out here. You can see we got those storm clouds I was talking about earlier. Clear to the south like it was when I showed up this morning. Woo! Man. Woo! Just hot. And it's the high today is probably just 65 degrees. And I would advise coming down here, you know, in the winter. It's not bad to come down here in the winter time, you know, because at least you don't find yourself getting overheated. Even down there when you're fishing the river, it's a lot of big boulders and stuff, so you exude a lot of energy just fishing the river. So take that into account too. All right. Okay, guys, so I'm right here. Look here. Here's the switchback. There's the switchback. And there's the... You can see how pretty they are, all the stonework. They got a little water flow, so when it floods, it don't wash out the trail. Oh, it's so close, yet it's so far. Oh. Almost there. Definitely need this bench. Woo! Woo. All right, guys, made it out of the canyon. Went down there, caught fish, caught wild fish. Let's see. Yeah, I thought about this, I kind of thought about this area all summer while I was in Montana, just because I wasn't doing anything like this. I wasn't hiking a mile straight down into a gorge and then catching fish and then hiking out. Basically every place in Montana, you know, you could just roll up in the old Subaru and catch, get into some world-class fish. There's obviously a ton of hiking to do in Montana for fish, but it's just not this. But you know, you're more of a drive here because to hike down here to just because all the other access points, you know, have cars in front of them. So that's what makes this unique. There's a lot of places like this throughout the West. Black Canyon of the Gunnison, Bitch Creek in Idaho. There's a lot of stuff out there. You just have to be physically able to do it is the biggest thing. And that's why I don't want to harp too hard on this or anything, but I sure did listen to a lot of world-class anglers this summer tell me just how they were the end-all be-all. But I can tell you right now, I would never be able to, if I hike them down there, I wouldn't be able to get them out of there. If you're a 300-pound person, you're not coming out of there, and you're probably going to suffer some sort of catastrophic, you know, health problem down there or something. So guys, whatever you're doing, business, fishing, whatever, don't hit that proverbial wall where all of a sudden it's like, oh, I deserve 5 Snickers a day or something like that. Because we see that in all walks. The lawyer, the doctor, it doesn't matter. Like somewhere those guys hit a wall and they're like, I deserve this. But really, you deserve discipline. You deserve a 2-mile walk every day, whatever you have to do to keep your body in motion. At the beginning of the trip, you know, I ran into some folks who were in their late 60s, early 70s. They weren't fishing, but they were out early. They had their hiking poles and they were hiking, and I could tell you they could get down there and back up and definitely be able to fish if they wanted to down there. But anyways, I'm just trying to make a distinguishment on how you can carry yourself and how it's going to kind of play into your, you know, the things you do and what you enjoy in life. So I just met some pretty big old hot bags of air this summer that it was just like, you know, you couldn't do 5 push-ups. So keep that in mind. I don't care if you're making $1 million a month. Take care of yourself. There's a lot of amazing stuff in the world to experience, but you're going to have the momentum to do it. I'm going to head back to town, and you can see it's fall. The colors back there, but I'm going to head back into town. Maybe grab some fish tacos, see some familiar faces. And also, I know I said I was doing La Junta Trail when I started this video today, but it actually turns out the La Junta Trail's closed. And there was some other anglers I ran into, and they were like, what gives? We told the fly shop we were going to La Junta, and La Junta Trail is closed. So if you're the local fly shop, bad on you guys to be not informing people. I know somebody fell off that La Junta Trail and died a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and it was closed. It should be open now, but it's not. It's still closed. So that probably means there's a part of it that's washed out to where it's just like a pitfall, or just, you know, it's pretty sketchy. So I didn't go down there, but I'm going to leave it in the video anyways. Anyways, I ended up cutting up over here to Big Arsenic, and then went down to Little Arsenic. And that was my game plan today. So a little deviation, but it didn't make a big deal. That fish I caught, that was one of the hardest fighting fish I caught all summer. And no doubt as wild as it gets. So, all right, guys, Hunter X Angler here. I'll catch you on the next one. Later.